All right, welcome back, everybody. Once again, it's your friend of mine, the Twin Weasel, doing a quick little tutorial on a subject I get asked about all the time, which is guitar, pedal, effects, chain, placement, order, and which is the essential pedals that you need to get pretty much any sound that you want. I'll be playing through this, just a Fender Telecaster, through a 65 Deluxe Fender amp that you see there. Just give me a quick second, show you my effects. So one thing about the 65 Deluxe is that it only has an input in the front, doesn't have an effects loop. I'll talk about that later. So first in the chain, I put the EQ pedal, which is the wah wah. If you have an actual EQ, like six band or whatever pedal, that would go first, I'd say. But I don't have one of those. I don't think you need it. I just use the tone control on the guitar. I think that's fine enough, you know. Now, right after that, the wah wah, I go into the compressor. I mean, there's my tuner, which can be placed anywhere. I have it there for convenience. So that's my tuner pedal, but it had nothing to do with the tone. It goes from guitar to wah wah to compressor, which is the Dynacomp. Real clean tone. I run the compressor after the wah wah, which I think gives you a real smooth sweep that sits really good in a mix. A lot of people run the compressor before the wah wah, and I think that gives you a much more aggressive attack that kind of really cuts through the mix. And some people are looking for that. I prefer a nice smooth sweep all the way across. It just works better for my style of music. A lot of people don't even know what a compressor does or is and doesn't care, so you can leave that off. But for my compressor, I go to the overdrive pedal. I got the Tube Screamer here, so just to give me a little extra kick from. Anyway, so get a little bit of that. From the overdrive to the chorus pedal, from the chorus to the phaser, to the delay, and then a line boost at the end to give you that little extra boost. Anyway, so that's what I do, and from the boost, obviously goes right to the front of the amp. Now, that's a vintage style tube amp. If you have an amp that has an effects loop, I suggest using it. It really gives you a good clean effects tone. But the way to do that, it's very similar. The order would go guitar, wah wah, compressor, overdrive, gain pedal, line boost. That goes to the front of your amp, and then on the effects loop, you would run the effects send to your chorus, then phaser, delay, and that goes to your effects return. That would be the way to use the effects loop, and I think that gives you a really polished studio quality sound. So if you have one, use it. It's a little tricky. You got to know which pedals go where. You just don't put all of them through the effects loop. Some go in the front of the amp, some go in the back. So it's a little tricky. A lot of wires, which I hate, but it's worth it in the end if you have time. But like I said, I have an old vintage amp that just has one input, and it's just fine to do that. And so this little pedal order, what I have, the Vox, Wah Wah, the MXR Dynacomp. This is the Tube Screamer TS808. Real good overdrive pedal. Go from subtle to high growl, but has some quality issues, unfortunately. And it's too expensive to have quality issues. I've had to change this thing a few times and fix the input. This on and off button goes out once in a while. My chorus is the Meistersinger from Jacques Pedals. Good stuff, high quality stuff. Definitely their chorus is really good. They make a pretty good overdrive, but again, has a little bit of quality issue. The Phase Vintage Script MXR, that's a must-have for any disco you want to do. Carbon copy delay, that's just classic, and then just the line boost, and that's my my power supply, the MXR DC Brick. By the way, I used the Voodoo Lab before, and it wasn't good. It would give out after like 4-hour shows. So if you're a serious player, you play 3-4 hours a night, I recommend the DC Brick, that Voodoo Lab. I think because it has all the high power electronics inside of it, and it has a transformer in there. I think it gets too hot and just it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't hold up to the use. So anyway, that's my tips, my order. This is the Pocket Man Twin Weasel. I'll catch you next time.